once the decision has been made to have a cesarean, what happens is there starts to be this fast movement usually. Most cesareans are not emergent. Some of them are, but the majority of them are not an emergency. But so there can be a decision to be made, and then once the team is put in place to go, it can be very busy and feel kind of overwhelming. One of the first things that happens is there's some consent forms. So there's some consent forms that are, the doctor will come in and ask the person in labor to sign the consent form. Usually the anesthesiologist will come in and do a check-in. And then there's usually two nurses that start kind of preparing the body. They shave the pubic hair, and they have this really crazy, it's like a double-sided tape pubic hair remover. This is something that people are usually not ready for, where they kind of use this double stick tape thing to remove any pubic hair. They clean the belly. And then, hold on just one second. So one of the things that happens when things start going is the nurse comes in and like shoves some gear at the partner, or they'll put this pile of gear on the bench. And then eventually, usually some nice nurse comes in and says, it's time to put on your gear. So the partners get some not so sexy gear, and hairnet. Everybody in the room will be wearing a hairnet. Foot booties. Everybody, not everybody, but most people are wearing little foot booties. The foot booties go over the shoes. If you have really big feet, the foot booties may not fit. You might have to break them a little bit. A suit. The suits, if they do have, so these suits are one size fits most. If you look at the suit and are like, that's not going to fit me, they do offer a gown that people can wear instead. And so you may have to ask, or kind of to ask the nurse, say, can I get a gown instead? But they do have another gown that would tie on. And these are disposable. I have a couple of these. Some of them are white, some of them are yellow. And so this is one of the things, as the person who's having the cesarean is getting prepped, the partner is getting in the garb. These are kind of hot, so I usually encourage people, you don't have to wear a sweater. You can just wear your regular clothes. As a birth partner, sometimes if I usually wear skirts and leggings, and so sometimes I'll just like pop off my skirt because it bunches up in here, which just feels funny. So this is it. If most people want to have pictures, and so what someone can do is take a phone. I don't see my phone. They can take their phone and they can rip a little hole in the side and put the phone in their pocket. And they can, sometimes, that's usually all that people would bring. And then there's a mask. Again, a long time ago, 6 months ago, masks during a birth would be real surprising, but now everybody is aware of masks. So the mask thing isn't as big of a deal. So everybody in the operating room is geared up. And that can be overwhelming for both the person in labor and the support person. There is one other piece of gear that I recommend. And this would be, take that off so you can see me. If your partner has been vomiting quite a bit, you might, when you get to the operating room, you might want to ask for a vomit bag. They'll have these in the operating room. Just know that if somebody has been vomiting a lot through labor, I might stick one in my pocket, or they have them in the operating room too. And that's another thing that can be helpful. Yes, because people can vomit in labor. They can also vomit while they're having a cesarean. And you just might think like, come on, if somebody's going to have a cesarean, could they just like not get the, like, could they, you know, why does the birth fairy do that to people? If someone does vomit in the operating room, they often have medication they can administer if needed.